What's the one place where you can swim in bubblegum pink lakes, dodge venomous platypuses, and get cursed by a rock? If you guessed Australia, you're right, and you're in for a wild ride. The land down under isn't just a country, it's a continent packed with stuff so bizarre, so unique, it'll make your jaw drop. From fences longer than entire nations to animals that break every rule of nature, Australia's got it all. Let's dive into the first thing that makes this place unlike anywhere else on Earth. Australia's size is straight up mind-boggling. It's the sixth largest country in the world, sprawling about 2.97 million square miles. Roughly the same as the continental US. Imagine driving from Los Angeles to New York. Now stretch that distance a bit further, and you've got Australia's width from west to east, about 2,500 miles. That's longer than a road trip from Barcelona to Moscow. And get this, Australia's Highway 1, the world's longest national highway, stretches over 9,000 miles, looping around the entire continent, connecting every mainland capital. You could drive for weeks and still not see it all. But the real kicker? The dingo fence in Southeast Australia? It's nearly 3,500 miles long, built to keep dingoes, wild Australian dogs, away from livestock. For perspective, that's enough to stretch from Los Angeles to Maine and still have fence left over. This isn't just a big country, it's a giant, untamed beast of a place. But it's not just the land that's huge. Wait till you hear about what lives here. Ever met a mammal that lays eggs and stings like a scorpion? Meet the platypus, one of Australia's weirdest residents. This duck-billed, beaver-tailed creature is one of the few venomous mammals on Earth. Its venom won't kill you, but it'll make you wish you'd never messed with it. Excruciating pain that lasts for weeks. And it's not alone in Australia's freak show of wildlife. Kangaroos and emus, the country's iconic animals, can't even walk backward. That's why they're on the national coat of arms, symbolizing a nation that only moves forward. Rewind 46,000 years, and you'd have seen megafauna that make today's animals look tiny. 10-foot-tall kangaroos, 23-foot-long goanna lizards, and ducks the size of horses. Fossils of these beasts are still being dug up, proof of a prehistoric Australia that was basically Jurassic Park. Oh, and if snakes are your thing, Australia's got 21 of the world's top 25 most venomous ones. The inland taipan, nicknamed the small-scaled snake, can kill you with a single bite in under an hour. Don't worry though, most of the 1,500 spider species here are harmless. But how do you know which ones aren't? Good luck. And if you think the animals are wild, the environment they live in is even crazier. What's bright pink, salty, and safe to swim in? Australia's pink lakes, like Lake Hillier in Western Australia, look like something out of a candy-colored dream. The bubblegum hue comes from algae and bacteria, creating a surreal swimming spot that's totally safe, though you might want to rinse off the salt afterward. Then there's the Great Barrier Reef, the largest living structure on the planet, stretching over 1,400 miles. It's so big it's got its own mailbox for postcards. Rumor has it the fish call it eel mail. But it's not all smooth sailing. The reef's been in the news lately, with scientists warning it's bleaching due to climate change, sparking heated debates about conservation. And if you're into ancient history, Australia's got the oldest fossils on Earth, 3.4 billion years old, found in the outback. These rocks hold clues to life's earliest days, making Australia a time capsule for the planet. But not everything in Australia is natural beauty. Some things spark heated debates. Why did tourists start mailing rocks back to Australia? It's because of Uluru, the massive red monolith sacred to Indigenous Australians. For years, visitors took pieces of the rock as souvenirs, only to report bad luck, failed relationships, lost jobs, even health scares. These sorry rocks started arriving back at Uluru by the hundreds, with notes begging forgiveness for the theft. Some call it a curse. Others say it's just guilt. Either way, it's become a global legend. In 2019, Australia banned climbing Uluru altogether, respecting Indigenous Anangu wishes after decades of controversy. Tourists had ignored signs, trampled sacred sites, and left trash, igniting debates over cultural respect versus tourism. And speaking of weird controversies, in 2005, security guards at Parliament House in Canberra were told to stop calling people mate. The ban lasted one day before Aussies revolted, because who bans mate in Australia? These clashes show a country wrestling with its identity, from ancient traditions to modern quirks. And speaking of quirks, Australia's got some laws that'll make you laugh. Ever been arrested for holding too many potatoes? In Western Australia, it's illegal to possess more than 110 pounds of spuds without a license. No, it's not a joke. It's a leftover law from the 1940s to control food markets. Break it, and you could face a fine. And here's another head-scratcher. Until 1902, swimming in the ocean during the day was banned across Australia. It took one guy strolling into the waves at Manly Beach to spark a surfing revolution. Today, Australia's beaches are legendary, with over 10,000 of them, enough that visiting a new one every day would take you nearly 30 years. And then there's Melbourne, home to the second-largest Greek population outside Greece, with over 160,000 people claiming Greek descent. In the 1880s, Melbourne was the richest city in the world, nicknamed Marvelous Melbourne. It's still a cultural powerhouse, but in 2018, it lost its most livable city title to Vienna after 7 years on top. Come on, Melbourne, get it together. But Australia's quirks don't stop at laws, its human stories are just as wild. What city was once called Batmania? That'd be Melbourne, founded by a guy named John Batman in 1835. No cape, no Batmobile, just a bold settler with a name that screams superhero. The name didn't stick, but Melbourne's legacy did. In the 1880s, it was a gold rush boomtown, dripping with wealth. Fast forward to today, and Australia's human achievements still shine. Take the Sydney Opera House. Its iconic sail-like roof was inspired by an architect peeling an orange. If you pieced all those sails together, they'd form a perfect sphere. And then there's Australia's role in modern life. It gave us the word selfie and pioneered the 8-hour workday in 1865, when stonemasons demanded shorter shifts. That ripple effect changed labor laws worldwide. Australia's not just about history, though. It's a place where nature and myth keep things wild. Could giant creatures still be hiding in Australia's outback? Some Aussies swear they've seen massive, unidentified beasts in the remote desert, remnants of the megafauna that roamed 46,000 years ago. Cryptozoologists call them bunyips, and while no one's caught one, the rumors persist, fueled by Australia's vast, unexplored wilderness. This is the flattest continent on Earth with no active volcanoes, but don't let that fool you. Its terrain is brutal. Take Mount Disappointment, a 600-foot peak that crushed explorers' hopes when dense trees blocked the view. And then there's the cane toad invasion, a modern controversy where these pests, introduced in the 1930s, are wreaking havoc on ecosystems. Efforts to control them, like toad-busting events, have sparked debates about ethics and environment. Australia's extremes don't just challenge humans, they spark stories that linger. What's next for the land that gave us selfies and 8-hour workdays? Australia's got 19 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, from the ancient rainforests of Queensland to the cultural significance of Uluru. Its airline, Qantas, powers flights with recycled cooking oil, pushing for a greener future. And with over 200 languages spoken, from Mandarin to indigenous dialects, Australia's a melting pot that keeps evolving. It's got 3 times more sheep than people, 74 million to 25 million, and twice as many kangaroos. Whether it's the Sorry Rocks curse, the Pink Lakes, or whispers of hidden creatures, Australia's a place that defies logic and keeps you guessing. So what's the weirdest Australian fact you know? Drop it in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that'll blow your mind. Will Australia's next big discovery be a new species, a cultural shift, or something totally unexpected? Only time will tell.